In today's converter news, let's go to the clips. This is gonna be fire right here. EA Ski is being called out because he's trying to stand up for loyalty far as sound palette and the fatness and the richness of converters. So I think it's a double-edged sword what's going on between these two, but I'm gonna let you dig on what he had to say.
You hear this, dude? It don't matter what y'all doing. If you're doing your music at the level you're doing your music at, that's fine. Nobody has a lot of money. Nobody is telling people, oh, you have to go and buy $1 billion worth of gear to do what Ski doing. What Ski is telling you is that don't get caught up in getting machines that do the same thing, that don't have a sound to it, because everybody that hits me because they love my sound. So he don't know what he's talking about, because I'm speaking on sound because people that follow me know that my sound is immaculate.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it right there. I did a video, this came out 8 months ago. So this is 8 months ago. Really passionate about what you're doing. This sound palette has to be phenomenal. All right, so this is what I said. I said the same thing. Make sure that the sound palette is phenomenal, where, he's passionate about what he's doing. And I think the rant can be on the fence.
It's really that simple. Ain't nobody tripping off if you want to have a workflow, but how you gonna charge $2,600 is when you start having sound. That's just facts.
What he's saying is $2,600, you're gonna have sound. You're gonna have that fat, that richness. With the community now, it's a marketing scheme to get how much money we can get with these cheap converters.
That's just facts. You go get any hardware gear right now, it's gonna run you about probably $2,500. If you want a nice EQ, analog EQ, compressor, any of that, that's sound. That's when you pay that type of money. You paying for a machine with workflow with no sound and stereo, and then they had the galls to start talking about, well, if you want something done, you can go to Black Line Audio. Well, that's my point.
Listen to his, message. I think it's valid in what we are doing in this community. It's just a different sound texture for us as producers or engineers versus what it is now. How thin it is now and how fat it was back in the MPC 62 era. Let me know what you think about this, this whole converter.
So you can't put us in the same level, bro. Whatever you talking about is what you talk about. What I'm talking about, let me talk my talk. Because you don't know what my fan base is. So you can't speak for me. My fans want to know how they get the sound the way I got it cracking. So I speak that talk, and I talk that talk to y'all. And I tell y'all, hey, get these machines that have this sound, have these converters. Some of the older machines, you ain't got to run them through all of this stuff. They going to hit right out the box because that's the way they used to make them.
Now I'm going to jump in and talk with my man, Bolo.
And we were expecting a lot of things. And then once I finally got to it, I was like, this is cool. It has, more RAM. Okay, cool. And it comes with a bunch of stuff in it, and it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I actually like it. I make beats on it all the time on my Twitch. I make beats on it on here. So I like it. It's cool. It still sounds better than pretty much everything out there right now.
What's going on? Shout out to Bolo, the producer. Now, I'm really not into the Akai MPC series. Really, I started out with the 62 and I haven't moved on since. The workflow is immaculate, but the converters is crappy. MPC 60, 62, 3000, the 2800. So these are real expensive converters. Those are things that we can hear. Most people that's in the other side of the fence, they not hearing that. Let them continue.
But it doesn't sound like the older stuff. It doesn't. Because all the older stuff has its own character. That's my opinion. I think all the older stuff does have its own character.
I'm going to agree with you, Bolo, on that. It's a different feel, a different movement. I agree with you on that.
It has certain components, certain parts, certain programming, certain software. It has all that stuff that makes that sound like what it is.
Right.
Now, am I just going to ditch my X and say I'm not using it anymore because it doesn't sound good? No. I'm not going to do that because I actually know how to kind of mix it and make it sound the way I want it to sound. And, I got my 2500, but I'm not rushing to use my 2500 like that because the workflow of the X is better.
Now, I want to say, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter whether it's a Kai machine. It doesn't matter what it is, far as the people that's consuming it. And that's the thing that's really a tragic to their ears, because they're getting really watered down sounds. I know where you're going with this, you know, and, you know, far as the old heads that like that analog richness, the real fattiness of just certain things, you know, that's just something we instill in. So there's nothing wrong with old and new. I mean, we just got to make it work together. But shout out to Bolo. That's all I wanted to do was rant about this. It is a different day and age where converters are not the same as they were 20 years ago. Make sure you click the like and subscribe, and we're going to see you in the next video. Peace.